Assalamu alaikum students. Bida, am I audible? And the visibility of the board, what do you say? Just to reply, then I'll start. Okay. Now, beta, in the last class, we have seen elastic collision, and that to one-dimensional elastic collision, right? और उसमें one-dimensional elastic collision में we have seen the final velocities in terms of initial velocities, as well as we have seen the special cases also where the masses are equal. One mass is greater than the other mass and one mass is lesser than the other mass. That we have seen already all the three cases, right? तो यहाँ पे we do some problems on that, then we'll move further. ठीक है, लिखिए बेटा question, write down the question. Particle A, capital A, particle A लिखिए बेटा, पार्टिकल कैपिटल ए लिखना है आपको, ठीक है? पार्टिकल ए makes a perfectly elastic collision, makes a perfectly elastic collision, makes a perfectly elastic collision with another particle B, with another particle B at rest, another particle B at rest. They fly apart in opposite direction. They fly apart in opposite direction with equal speeds. In opposite directions with equal speed. Speeds. ठीक है? Full stop. If the masses are m1 and m2, if the masses are m1 and m2, if the masses are m1 and m2, then the relation between m1 and m2, then the relation between m1 and m2 नो बेटा क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे देखिए, द टू बॉडीज आर कोलाइडिंग and after collision the two particles they are moving with equal speeds but opposite in directions. One is moving towards left, other is moving towards right. You can imagine that. So the two particles which are colliding after collision they are moving apart with equal speeds but in the opposite direction. So the final velocities are equal. Try to understand. Their final after collision means final velocities. So their final velocities are equal but opposite in direction. So what I do here is I take, this is V1, right? This is V1 is equal to V2. Both the speeds are equal, but opposite direction. Opposite direction means I have to take it as minus sign. I have to take it as minus sign. ठीक है ना बेटा? तो यहाँ पे देख लीजिए, this is V1 is equal to V2. Final velocities are equal, but with opposite direction. So therefore, I am giving one negative sign for this to indicate the opposite direction. Now let us write the formula for V1 and V2, what we have studied yesterday. Final velocities in terms of initial velocities. You can turn up the pages and you can see what is V1 and what is V2. So the students who have done the homework, they know what is the value for V1 and V2 in terms of initial velocities. अब हम देखते हैं, देखिए अच्छे से देखना है बेटा. So V1 is M1 minus M2 by M1 plus M2 into U1 plus 2M2 U2 by M1 plus M2. This was V1. V1 हम करें बेटा. This was V1. ठीक है? And that is equal to minus V2. V2. How to write V2? I told you in place of 1 we have to write 2. So यहाँ पे हम कैसा लिखेंगे जरा ये? This will be M2 minus M1 by M1 plus M2 into U2 plus, this can be written as 2M1 U1 by M1 plus M2. I hope it is clear beta. This is the formula what we have studied already. कल हम इसको derive भी कर चुके हैं. So as per the question, V1 is equals to minus V2 we have. लेकिन as per the question only, again, what is the second particle? Second particle की speed क्या है बेटा? थोड़ा सा reply दीजिए. I need the reply for the speed of the second particle. That is U2. U2 कितना होगा बेटा? Very good. So it is at rest, right? So rest मतलब the final the initial velocity of the second body is 0. मतलब u2 0 है बेटा. तो यहाँ पे देखिए this is 0, right? So this will become 0. This is also u2, so this term also will become 0. ये दोनों terms 0 हो गए बेटा. Why? Because u2 is 0. So what is left out? Only the term which is left out is m1 minus m2 into u1 by m1 plus m2. That is equal to, this we can write it as minus, देखिए बेटा ये टर्म 0 हो गया, so minus 2m1 u1 by 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. This is minus into plus, that will become minus. So this is the situation. Now you can see this is m1 plus m2, this is also m1 plus m2. We can cancel these two. ये दोनों को हम cancel करेंगे बेटा. As well as u1 and u1 also will get cancelled. So what remains? Only m1 minus m2 is equals to minus 2m1. m1 minus m2 is equals to minus 2m1. So minus 2m1 I am taking this side because we need the relationship that exists between m1 and m2. तो इसको मैं इधर ला रहा हूं बेटा मैं. तो m1, this minus, if I take this side, so it will become plus 2m1. That is equal to m2. So this is 3m1 is equal to m2. Copy कर लीजिए. That is a relation between m1 and m2. बेटे ये देखिए, इज इट ओके फॉर यू? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. A sphere of mass 0.3 kg. Next question, beta. A sphere of mass 0.3 kg moving with velocity of 4 meters per second, moving with velocity of 4 meters per second, collide with another sphere of mass 0.8 kg, 0.5 kg, with another sphere of mass 0.5 kg. Another sphere of mass 0.5 kg, 0.5 kg, which is at rest, assuming the collision to be elastic, assuming the collision to be elastic, their velocities after the impact, their velocities after the impact means after collision. So first body is there which is moving with the velocity of 4 meters per second. So this is u1 is 4 meters per second beta. Second body, that is the initial velocity of the second body, since it is at rest, so therefore initial velocity is 0. So we have to calculate their final velocities after the impact. So velocities after impact means velocities after collision. So velocities after collision means final velocities we need to calculate. So again we calculate by using the same formula. V1 is equals to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. This is a condition for v1. Next formula for v2, just we have to interchange, right? हम इसको interchange करेंगे, 1 की जगह पे 2, 2 की जगह पे 1. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है बेटा? This will be m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus this is u2. u2, this will be 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. Now let us see. The second body is at rest. U2 is 0. U2 directly we can make it as U2 0. So you need not to think for this. This is 0 as well as this term is 0. ये दोनों 0 हो गया बेटा. Though both the terms have become 0. So when both the terms have become 0, what we can do here is just substitution and get the answer. M1 minus M2. M1 minus M2. So यहाँ पे what we are getting M1 minus M2. What is M1? 0.3. 0.3 minus M2 minus 0.5 by m1 plus m2 0.3 plus 0.5 into what we are getting beta. What is this? u1 is how much? 4. This is now 0.3 minus 0.5, it is 0.2 minus 0.2. This is minus 0.5, so therefore minus 0.2 divided by 0.8 into 4. So what we are getting, इसको multiply करिए आप, what we are getting बेटा 0.2 into 4, so minus 0.8 by 0.8. so this to get cancelled, answer is minus 1 meter per second. But that minus 1 meters per second indicates, minus indicates it is moving in the opposite direction. ठीक है, previous direction was positive, now it is moving in the opposite direction. This minus will indicate that. ठीक है, next let us calculate what is v2. एक काम करिए बेटा, v2 आप कैलकुलेट करके बताइए मेरे को, व्हाट इज द आंसर फॉर दैट v2 फर्स्ट. चलिए स्टूडेंट्स हैव सेंडेड द आंसर्स. देखिए बेटा आंसर इज आई विल टेल यू द आंसर आई एम हैविंग 89. Answer we are getting one is -1, right? So other answer should be 3. 3 आना है बेटा. Answer is 3. For the other is 3 meters per second. तो यहाँ पे students have sent the answer 3. Okay, but one answer is wrong. Yes. तो यहाँ पे 3. Good. Now that is one student want the question. Sir, please repeat the question once. जिस ग्रुप में आया ना बेटा थोड़ा भिजा दीजिए वो. बेटा देखिए यहाँ पे दिस वी हैव डन. अब आइए बेटा हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं. वी हैव सीन ऑलरेडी वन डायमेंशनल इलास्टिक कोलिजन, राइट? अब हम देखते हैं व्हाट इज दिस टू डायमेंशनल इलास्टिक कोलिजन. ठीक है, सो अब हेडिंग लिखिए टू डायमेंशनल इलास्टिक कोलिजन. Two dimensional elastic collision. Two-dimensional elastic collision. What is this two-dimensional elastic collision? We have seen one-dimensional. That one-dimensional you can see clearly one particle or one object or one ball is colliding with the other ball moving on a straight line. That was just one-dimensional. अब यहाँ पे एक straight line में move नहीं हो रहा है बेटा. It is moving in a plane. It is moving in a plane. So therefore we are calling it as plane in the sense surface पे move हो रहा है. So therefore we are calling it as two dimensional elastic collision. यहाँ पे two dimensional elastic collision हम कैसा solve करेंगे अच्छे से देखिए the concept. Just imagine that the particle is there, one particle, this is the particle, and this particle is at rest. Another particle is there यहाँ पर, suppose its mass is m1. This is moving with some velocity. Suppose its velocity is u1 ले लीजिए. Its velocity is u1. This is a particle of mass m2, but it is at rest. At rest मतलब क्या बेटा? u2 क्या होगा? Initial velocity 0. This comes and collide with this. This comes and collide with this. But after collision, it is observed that they are not moving along a straight line. They are not moving along a straight line. So how they are moving? They are moving by making some angle with the initial axis. So यहाँ पे देखिए आप ये initial और reference line से when this particle comes and collide with this, they are not moving again on a straight line. आप previous case देख लीजिए. Previous case देखिए elastic collision, one dimensional elastic collision is in that. I have drawn clearly one particle with the other, colliding with the other particle, and after collision also I have drawn on the same line. So therefore what is that is one dimensional. But here after collision what we are seeing is one particle is moving in this, that is m1 is moving like this, and m2 is moving like this. This is m2. I hope it is clear what I mean to say. After collision बेटा ये दोनों collide हुए और collide इस तरह से, one particle is at rest, another particle is coming and colliding with this, and after collision they are moving away from each other like this. So this is the one particle m1 and m2. So after collision what I consider here is, suppose the velocity here it is v1 and here it is v2. So under this situation, how to apply the law of conservation of linear momentum and how to apply the law of conservation of kinetic energy? In the last class we have seen that, and students have sent the homework also. In that beta आप गौर करिए, दो laws लगाए हम. One is law of conservation of linear momentum as well as law of conservation of kinetic energy or energy also we can see. Now here also how to apply these two laws. कैसा लगाएंगे law of conservation of kinetic energy, how to apply the law of conservation of momentum, दोनों हम यहाँ पर देखेंगे. अब यहाँ पे देखिए अच्छे से. Suppose this is moving, m1 is moving with initial velocity u1, m2 is moving with initial velocity, sorry, m2 is at rest, I'm considering at rest, that is u2 is 0. Now after collision, so this is the reference line, this is the reference line. Suppose this is an angle alpha beta, ये क्या है, alpha है, और ये क्या है, beta है. I am considering alpha, the above one is making an angle alpha and the below one is making an angle beta, because velocities are the vector quantities that has to get resolved. उसको हमको resolve करना जरूरी है बेटा, resolve करना जरूरी है. तो अब यहाँ पे resolve जब हम करेंगे यहाँ पे, तो we have to take care about the x-axis as well as y-axis. That is what you call it as the resolution of a vector. We have done already resolution of a vector. चलिए अब हम इसको resolve करेंगे. First of all, I'll resolve this. Pay attention. This is v1, this is v1, right? So along the x-axis, अगर मैं को momentum, see, this is m1 moving with the velocity v1. So how much is the momentum बेटे? कितना momentum कितना होगा? How much is the momentum along the x-axis? Is it not? देखिए, momentum is m1 v1. Try to understand. Momentum is m1 v1. So this is momentum का formula होता है p is equal to mv. So यहाँ पर momentum कितना हुआ? How much is the momentum? m1 v1. So this we are resolving along the x-axis as well as along the y-axis. So when you resolve along the x-axis, इसको मैं x-axis पे momentum लाता हूँ, then this will be becoming like m1 v1 cos alpha. I hope it is clear. Momentum along horizontal line because this is making an angle alpha. So m1 v1 cos alpha. और इसी को अगर मैं वर्टिकल पे लेता हूं स्टूडेंट्स, व्हेन आई टेक दिस थ्रू द वर्टिकल, सो व्हाट हैपेंस, यू नो, दिस विल बिकम m2 v2, क्या है बेटे यहाँ पे, साइन अल्फा. यहाँ पे हम लेंगे साइन अल्फा, सॉरी यहाँ पे m2 m2 नहीं, दिस इज m1, थोड़ा सा चेंज है, दिस इज m1 v1 बिकॉज वी आर रिजॉल्विंग m1 v1, राइट? सो m1 v1 cos अल्फा, m1 v1 साइन अल्फा. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. ये कहां से लाए सर आप बोले तो आपको थोड़ा सा मैं रिमाइंड करता हूं. देयर वाज ए वेक्टर वी हैव सीन, राइट? ये वेक्टर ए रहता बेटा, यहाँ पे थीटा है. सो दिस इज along the axis x axis we have taken a cos theta, right? Along y axis we have taken a sin theta. So in the same way the momentum is mv, that is m1 v1, along the x axis m1 v1 cos alpha, m2 v2 sin alpha. That is over. Next come to this part. इस part के लिए जाइए, इसका momentum कितना होगा बेटा? The particle is there of mass m2 moving with the velocity v2 making an angle beta with the horizontal line. So let us resolve this also. जब मैं इसको resolve करूंगा along this horizontal line, because this is beta, so once you resolve like this, so this will become m2 v2 cos beta. This is m2 v2 cos beta. अगर इसी को हम resolve करेंगे बेटा तो ये resolution नीचे आएगा. This will become m2 v2 sin beta. चलिए, ये मेन वर्क इतना ही था हमारा. मेन इसको रिजॉल्व करना ही मेन मकसद था. द प्रॉब्लम इज ओवर. द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज वेरी मच सिंपल फॉर यू. नाउ अप्लाइंग लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ लीनियर मोमेंटम एंड अप्लाइंग द लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी. देखिए यहां पे अप्लाइंग लॉ ऑफ conservation of linear momentum. Applying law of conservation of linear momentum, but where we are applying along the x axis. पहले हम x axis पे लगाएंगे फिर y axis पे लगाएंगे बेटा. So x axis पे momentum अगर हम law of conservation of linear momentum लगाते हैं तो we have seen already, right? m1 u1. देखिए बेटा मैं फिर से पढ़ रहा हूं, आप पेपर टर्न करके देखिए. x axis पे In the previous case, one dimensional elastic collision पे we have got the answer as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. तो वही कॉन्सेप्ट हम यहाँ पे लगा रहे हैं. तो बिफोर कोलिजन मोमेंटम जितना होगा आफ्टर कोलिजन भी उतना ही मोमेंटम होना है. ठीक है. तो व्हाट इज द मोमेंटम ऑफ दिस बॉडी बिफोर कोलिजन? इज इट नॉट m1 u1? सो आई विल राइट along x axis. पहले x axis पे देख रहा हूं बेटा मैं. दिस आई एम सीइंग along the x axis. फर्स्ट आई एम सीइंग along the x axis. ठीक है. नाउ what is this part? ये क्या बन रहा है देखिए, m1 u1. so I will write here m1 u1. next beta, for this particle mass is there but the velocity is 0. so what I do, that part I will take it as m2 into 0 because initial velocity is 0 for this. That means the momentum is 0. next, that is equal to what is the final velocities or final momentums after collision what we are getting. Let us see. For the first one, m1 v1 cos alpha along the horizontal line, and this is what m2 v2, m1 v1 cos alpha plus m2 v2 cos beta. ठीक है. So this you have to this is along the x-axis. This is along the x-axis. Now come to the y-axis. Law of conservation of linear momentum only, but along the y-axis. बेटा ये second term zero हो जाएगा. I'm not writing that step. ठीक है. That term that will become zero only. अगर आपको लिखना है तो आप एक step हम यहाँ पे एक बढ़ाएंगे. What is that step we can write here is this part will become zero, right? So therefore m1 u1 is equals to m1 v1 cos alpha plus m2 v2 cos beta. This is the ठीक है. So this is along the x-axis. Now come to the along y-axis. What is along y-axis? Y-axis पे my question is how the body is moving before collision. How the body is moving along the x-axis or the along the y-axis? तो आप clearly देख सकते हैं before collision the bodies, the particles are there along the x-axis. So before collision what is the momentum along y-axis? After collision हमारे को momentum मिल गया बेटा. This is m1 v1 sin alpha. This is m2 v2 sin beta. This is after collision I have resolved. But before collision, what are the momentums of the two bodies along the y-axis? Reply दीजिए. I want the involvement of every student. Maybe may or may not be the answer is correct, but try to involve. Don't copy the answer from others. देखिए बेटा एक आंसर होता है करेक्ट. अगर almost all the students are replying the correct answer, then it is understandable कि भाई everyone have done the work and everyone are well क्या बोलना चाहिए mature to solve the question, right? लेकिन अगर एक क्वेश्चन का प्रॉब्लम अगर आंसर रॉन्ग आता है and everyone is giving the wrong answer, then we are forced to think that you are copying, right? I want the momentums before collision along the y-axis. Yes. Answer is no momentum. That means the momentum is zero. Why it is zero? Along the y-axis. Why क्यों zero है? What is the reason? The reason here is the particle is moving along the x-axis. तो x-axis पे momentum रहेगा बेटा. ये तो particle rest पे ही है. Whether it is in the x-axis, y-axis, momentum is zero. But for the first particle, when it is moving on the x-axis, so momentum is only there on the along the x-axis. What about along the y-axis? No, because there is no movement, there is no motion along the y-axis, so momentum is zero along the y-axis before collision. तो यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे before collision बेटा, before collision. अब मैं यहाँ पे लिख रहा हूँ, देखिए y-axis for your understanding. This we are solving for y-axis. So अगर हम y-axis को अगर हम देखते हैं तो m1 is there, but initial velocity is zero. m1 initial velocity is zero. Along the y-axis it is zero, but along the x-axis it is u1. Next m2 beta, m2 is also zero. That is equal to, after collision अगर हम देखेंगे, after collision the particle is having, the first particle is having the momentum how much? m1 v1, m1 v1 sine alpha, m1 v1 sine alpha. Next, this I'll take it as plus because it is positive y-axis, and this is, अगर आप गौर से देखेंगे, this is negative y-axis beta, so therefore m2 v2 sine beta is correct, but since it is in the negative direction, so I'll take minus m2 v2 sine beta. So this part will become zero. That is equal to, total zero हो गया beta, so this will become m1 v1 sine alpha minus m2 v2 sine beta. So just I'll take this term here, so it will become m1 v1 sine alpha, that will be equal to m2 v2 sine beta. I hope it is clear about the y-axis. Now momentums we have applied along the x-axis as well as y-axis, but as per the law of conservation of kinetic energy, अब हम लगा रहे हैं law of conservation of kinetic energy. Law of conservation of kinetic energy. That means the kinetic energy before collision must be equal to kinetic energy after collision. But kinetic energy is a scalar quantity. Kinetic energy is a scalar quantity, so we need not to resolve kinetic energies along x-axis and y-axis. आपको resolve करने की जरूरत नहीं है बेटा when you are considering the kinetic energies, law of conservation of kinetic energy. So what is the kinetic energy before collision for the first body? Kinetic energy का formula होता है, it is half mv square. So the kinetic energy for the first body is what? Half m1 u1 square. So I'll write like this, half m1 u1 square plus second body के लिए देखिए half m2, what is this u2 बेटा? Zero है, देखिए before collision it is u2 and that is zero. Next, that is equal to, after collision, the first particle is moving with the velocity v1, the second particle is moving with the velocity v2, so therefore what I do, half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. चलिए कॉपी कर लीजिए, ओवर. You need not to move further. अब इससे आगे नहीं बढ़ना है आपको. Just you should know how to apply the law of conservation of kinetic energy and how to apply the law of conservation of linear momentum in case of two-dimensional collision. So this is the only concept what is given. ठीक है? When we have to end it, 12:30 को खत्म करना. Now students, I got the instruction from the IT department that we need to complete the session today at around 12:30 because today is Friday. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे मैं स्टॉप कर रहा हूँ बेटा। मैं tomorrow we are going to start टू डायमेंशनल, सॉरी दिस इज ओवर नहीं, तो टू डायमेंशनल तो हो गया हमारा। तो कल में हम जो है क्या स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं? अच्छा, टुमारो इज सैटरडे। सैटरडे मीन्स वी नीड टू गो फॉर द डाउट क्लैरिफिकेशन। सैटरडे है कल। और थोड़ा सा बेटा हम जो है ना पेपर पैटर्न पे भी वर्कआउट करेंगे बिकॉज दिस टाइम यू आर हैविंग द ग्रैंड टेस्ट, राइट? तो थोड़े से मैं मॉडल्स कराऊंगा ऑल ओवर, पूरा कंप्लीट फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट चैप्टर, मोशन इन ए स्ट्रेट लाइन, मोशन इन ए प्लेन। थोड़े थोड़े क्वेश्चंस मॉडल्स में कराऊंगा एंड दैट मॉडल्स विल बी हेल्पफुल फॉर योर एग्जाम, नॉट हियर ओनली बट ऑल्सो फॉर योर कॉम्पिटेटिव लेवल्स। ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई जो मैं करा रहा हूँ वही आने वाला है संडे में। डोंट थिंक दैट, don't expect this things as far as physics is concerned, and don't expect anything from my side कि भाई जो क्वेश्चंस मैं दूंगा वही आने वाला है। हो सकता है बेटा, हो भी सकता है थोड़े क्वेश्चंस आए, नहीं होने के चांसेस ज्यादा होते हैं। बट वंस यू गो थ्रू दैट क्वेश्चंस, नो, वंस यू प्रैक्टिस दैट क्वेश्चंस, सो 100% inshallah you are going to get the idea how to solve the questions. It's I have been receiving from one of the student कि भाई the student is unable to solve the question. The reason, what is the reason? You people are not practicing the classwork. First you need to practice the classwork. कभी भी याद रखिए बेटा, this is the procedure, this is the procedure how to go with that. तो आपको कभी प्रैक्टिस करना है, फर्स्ट यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस द क्लास वर्क, देन यू हैव टू गो फॉर द मॉड्यूल्स। आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, डायरेक्टली यू आर गोइंग फॉर द मॉड्यूल एंड वंस यू डोंट गेट, you are getting disappointed. That is not the reason. अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा है, okay, well and good, we are here to help you out. But the thing is, first you have to go with through the all the complete notes पढ़ना बेटा। complete notes पढ़ने के बाद then you have to enter the module. After entering the module, what are the synopsis points they have given, you have to rate that, then you have to go for the solution part. That is the correct process. आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, whenever we are asking to solve the modules, आप immediately आप मॉड्यूल निकाल के बेटे एक्सरसाइज में चले जा रहे हैं। That is not the correct process. The correct process is first the classwork, then the module. ठीक है, thank you, jazakallah.